Hello everyone, let's dive in directly into the breakdown of NECO 2025 Biology Practical. Looking at your screen, you can see all the specimens listed out. So do not skip any part of the video so that you don't miss out on any vital points. If you are seeing this channel for the first time, this is the voice of your favorite teacher, Glory Jonathan. And in this channel, we educate students and teachers on biology topics and other vital subjects, which will help you to be the best in your performance. So if you like what we do here, just click your subscribe button and turn on your notification button. Let's begin. So this is specimen A. Specimen A is housefly. It belongs to the kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta. The scientific name of specimen A is Musca domestica. The mode of feeding of specimen A is sucking mechanism or sponging. Adaptation for mode of feeding of specimen A is that it has an enlarged labella which is used for sucking and absorption of liquid. The mouthpart of specimen A is called proboscis. Specimen A, the economic importance of specimen A is that it spread dysentery and cholera. Mode of control of specimen A are bury or cremate dead bodies, cover latrines and food properly, use insecticides against flies, maintain general cleanliness in and around the house. Now, another question you may be asked are the observable features of specimen A. What are the observable features? They have three body divisions. As you can see in the diagram, it has the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. Number two observable features is that wings is present. Another feature is that it has a pair of compound eyes. Another one is a pair of antennae. Then it has 3 pairs of jointed legs. The respiratory organ of specimen A is trachea. Specimen A has a complete metamorphosis. That is, it has egg, larva, pupa, and imago. Specimen B is a spider. It belongs to the kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Arachnida. The scientific name of specimen B is Araneae. Mode of nutrition of specimen B is parasitic mode of nutrition. Then mode of feeding. I want you to take note that to know the difference between mode of feeding and mode of nutrition, they are not the same. So the mode of nutrition of specimen B is parasitic, but the mode of feeding of specimen B is sucking mechanism. Now, adaptation for mode of feeding for specimen B is that specimen B has a modified mouth path. It has a unique web building and specific hunting strategies which it uses to catch its prey. The economic importance of specimen B is that 1. It is used in pest control in agriculture. 2. Is that it is a natural regulation of invertebrate population. Another economic importance is that it is a traditional food source. Now, the observable features of specimen B is that it has 2 body divisions, which are prosoma and opistosoma. And as you can also look at the specimen on your screen, you can see that wings are absent. It does not have wings. Another observable feature is that presence of simple eyes. It has simple eyes. Antenna is absent. It has 4 pairs of jointed legs. 4 pairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, good. It has 4 pairs of jointed legs. Thus, they are called encephalothorax. They have hairs on the body. Another observable feature is that spinneret is present. What is the respiratory organ of specimen B? The respiratory organ is lung. Good. Specimen C is a flower called Pride of Barbados. And as you know, a flower is modified for sexual reproduction, and it is concerned with the production of seeds and fruits. So now let's analyze the characteristics of specimen C. The observable features of specimen C is that the sepals are brightly colored. Another feature is that one petal is modified into a tube-like structure called food. Another feature is that it has a lash or fan-like brightly colored petals. Another feature, it has a long brightly colored filament. Specimen C belongs to the kingdom Plantae. The division is Magnoliophyta, that is, it is flowering plant. The scientific name of specimen C is Caesalpinia pulcheria. Now, the agent of pollination of specimen C is insect, or you can say animal. You may be asked this question: what is the symmetry of specimen C? The symmetry of specimen C is irregular or bilateral or zygomorphic. You may also be asked the common name of specimen C. It is commonly known as Pride of Barbados, Caesalpinia pulcherrima, Delonix regia, or flamboyant. The habitat of specimen C is terrestrial. The types of inflorescence of specimen C is raceme. Specimen D is a bean seed. It belongs to the kingdom Plantae, division Magnoliophyta, class Magnoliopsida, that is, it is a dicot plant. Then specimen D belongs to the genus Phaseolus, species vulgaris. Therefore, the scientific name of specimen D is Phaseolus vulgaris. Now, the placentation of specimen D is marginal. You may be asked to identify specimen D. Specimen D is a bean seed. Now, you may be asked to state the reason why you say specimen B is a bean seed. It is because it has a seed coat or tester for protection. It has helium that shows points of attachment of the seed to the seed stalk. It has microfill, which permits air or water into the embryo. It has an embryo, which germinates. Now, what are the observable features of specimen D? The observable features are: it has a curve shape or kidney shape. It has a scar. It is white or dark brown in color for some beans that are dark in color. Some are brown, some are even black. So you can state the color which your specimen is. Now, the type of seed of specimen D is non-endospermic seed. Why do we call it non-endospermic? Because food is stored in the cotyledon. The classes of food that specimen D falls under is protein, and it also gives mineral salt, example, iron. You may be asked to state the condition necessary for specimen D to germinate. The conditions are water or moisture, warmth or suitable temperature, air or oxygen, and viable seed. The agricultural classification of specimen D is that it is a legume. The type of germination it exhibits is apigeal germination. Specimen E is a butterfly. The life cycle is complete metamorphosis. The larval state of specimen E is known as a caterpillar. The kingdom is Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta. The scientific name of specimen E is Papilodemodocus. Mode of feeding is sucking mechanism. Adaptation for feeding is that it has presence of a long-coiled proboscis used for sucking nectar of a flower. The economic importance of specimen E is that they pollinate flowers, they generate revenue for tourism and other related industries, crop damage, or some butterfly larvae can be destructive to crop. They serve as food source for other animals. Example, birds. They serve as bioindicator in an ecosystem. The observable features of a butterfly is the same as that of an housefly. Wings is present. They have 3 body division: head, thorax, and abdomen, pair of compound eye, pair of antenna, and 3 pair of jointed legs. Now, specimen F is crayfish. The kingdom is Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Crustacean. The scientific name of specimen F is Procambarus clarkii. The respiratory organ is gills. The gills is found under the carapace. The habitat is aquatic or freshwater habitat. The observable features is that it has 2 body division, that is the cephalothorax and abdomen. Another observable feature is presence of swimmerets. Another feature is a pair of stalked eyes. Another feature is pair of antennae. Another feature is 5 pairs of jointed legs. Another feature is presence of scala, and then presence of tail fan for escape movement. The mode of feeding of specimen F is that it is both omnivorous, scavengers. Omnivorous in the sense that they consume both plants and animals. Scavenger in the sense that they feed on dead and decaying organic materials. Now, adaptation for mode of feeding of specimen F is that it has a specialized mouth part, including mandibles or jaw for chewing and maxillipeds for handling foods. They are also filter feeders. Economic importance of specimen F is that they serve as food. They are used as bioindicators of water quality. Then they are also sources of income. The habitat of specimen G is farmland, garden, grassland, or field. The mode of nutrition is heterotrophic or holozoic mode of nutrition. The mode of feeding is biting and chewing. Adaptation to mode of feeding are: it has mandible for cutting and chewing. It has labrum or maxilla for cutting and chewing as well. The economic importance are: it serves as source of income, it is edible, or it serves as food. It destroys crops, plants, it reduces crop yield, or it reduces income. Now, method of control of this specimen are use of insecticide or pesticides. Another one is introduction of biological enemies, example birds and predators. The observable features are: it has compound eye, it has a pair of antennae, it has thorax, it has hind leg, it has wings, it has abdomen. The scientific name is Coelifera. The economic importance is that it destroys crops, it serves as food, it is used in nutrient cycling, it is used in pest control, detection of explosives. This specimen belongs to the kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta. Specimen H is the humerus bone of a rabbit. Looking at the diagram, we can see some label parts like the lesser tuberosity, the head, the greater tuberosity, the shaft, the hole above the trochlea, the groove which articulates with trochlea. Now, what are the functions of these parts? The trochlea articulate with radius and ulna to form elbow bone, in case you're asked functions of some parts. Then the hole above the trochlea provide places where muscles can be attached. It allows blood vessels and nerves to pass through the bones. The function of the head is that it fits into glenoid cavity of the scapula. Now, you may be asked the observable feature of specimen H. The observable features are: it possesses head without a neck, as you can see there. It has holes above the trochlea. The head is prominent and conspicuous. Now, the location of specimen H is in the forelimb or the upper arm of the rabbit. Now, let's look at the specimen I. Specimen I is the femur bone of the rabbit still. The side view of the femur bone of a rabbit. As you can see in the diagram too, it has the greater trochanter, it has the head, the lesser trochanter, the shaft, the patellar groove, the inner condyle. Now, the functions of the label parts, let's analyze them. The head fits into acetabulum or the pelvic girdle. The trochanters provide attachment of muscles, and the condyle articulates with tibia bone. Now, what are the observable features of the femur bone? It possesses head. The head is prominent. It is thick and strong. Now, you will definitely be asked the differences and the observable differences between specimen H and I. So let's analyze it right now. The similarities between humerus and femur is that both have round head. You can see the round head in femur bone. You can also see the round head in the humerus bone. Another similarity is that both possess shafts. You can see the long shaft. You can also see the long shaft in the femur bone. Another difference is that both possess condyle. Yes, you can see the inner condyle in the side view of the femur. You can also see the condyle, though not indicated in the diagram, but it's there. Now, another similarities is that both are strong and rigid. Both are strong and rigid. Now, let's look at the differences between the two bones. First, the humerus bone. The humerus bone possesses head without neck. You can see it has head, it does not have neck. But the femur bone has head with neck. You can see the neck around the region of greater trochanter. Now, another difference is that under humerus, it is relatively shorter. Under femur bone, it is relatively longer. Another difference, humerus, hole above the trochlea. Hole above the trochlea is present. You can see the hole above the trochlea in the humerus bone. But hole above trochlea is absent. You cannot see hole in the femur bone. Now, another difference is that the humerus bone is slender, while the femur bone is thick. Another difference is that head is very prominent in the humerus, but head is not prominent in the femur bone. The orange fruit belongs to the kingdom Plantae, division Magnoliophyta, class Magnoliopsida. The scientific name is Citrus sinensis. The observable feature of orange is that there is presence of fruit wall or pericarp, presence of seeds, presence of axial placentation. It is green or yellow or orange in color. It has round or circle, or it is circle in shape. It has rough apical. Crown of leaves is present, or remain of a fruit stalk is present. Now, the agricultural classification is fruit crop. Life cycle is perennial. The placentation is axial placentation. The type of fruit is that it is a berry. Now, this particular specimen is being repeated in NECO. I had said much better things in the order of my video about this particular specimen. So if you have not watched that video, NECO Biology Practical 2025, please endeavor to do so, because majority of this specimen are being repeated. Specimen K is honeybee. The scientific name is Apis mellifera. Specimen K has all the characteristics and observable features of the other insects we have mentioned so far, like the butterfly, the grasshopper, and the housefly. The economic importance of specimen K is that they are pollinators. Their waste product serves as food. They generate income or employment. The next specimen is specimen L, which is land snail. Land snail belongs to the kingdom Animalia phylum, Mollusca, class, Gastropoda. Now, if you are asked to state the reason why you mentioned the class of specimen L to be Gastropoda, the answer is it has foot. The foot is broad and flat. It also possesses single shell. Now, what are the observable features of specimen L? They have soft, unsegmented bodies. They have tentacles on their heads. They possess muscular foot adapted for crawling and burrowing. There is presence of calcareous shell. The habitat of specimen L is bushes, or you can also say plants. The economic importance of specimen L is that it is a source of food, source of income, serves as traditional medicine, it is used in cosmetics, serves as livestock feed, serves as ornamental product. Now, the respiratory organ of specimen L is mantle cavity. So the next specimen is specimen Q, quiver. Quiver, of course, belongs to the kingdom Plantae. Division is Magnoliophyta. Class is Rosidae. The scientific name is Pseudium guajava. Their observable features is the same as that of the orange. The life cycle too is the same as that of the orange. It is a perennial crop. The placentation, exoplacentation type of fruit, it is a berry. Now, the next specimen there is Irish potato. Good. The Irish potato, which is specimen N, the observed feature is that it has swollen stem tuber. Specimen N is a stem tuber. You may be asked to state your reason why you say so. Specimen N has a swollen stem. It has a bud or eye. There is presence of lenticels. There is presence of scale leaves. Or, yes, okay, another one is that there is presence of adventitious root. Okay, now, looking at our NECO 2025 specimen, we have animals that belongs to the same class. Example, we have housefly, butterfly, and grasshopper. They belong to the same class called Insecta. There are yet other animals that belongs to the same phylum, Arthropoda, but has different classes. Crayfish belongs to the phylum Arthropoda, but the class is crustacean. Equally, spider belongs to the phylum Arthropoda, but belongs to the class Arachnida. So now let's look at the structural differences between these organisms of different species. So the comparison will be between crustacean, example crayfish, Insecta, example butterfly, housefly, and grasshopper, and Arachnida, example spider. Now, believing you have drawn your table and then you are ready to pick the differences between the organisms that has different, that belongs to the same phylum but different classes. Now let's begin. Body division in crustacean. Body division, example crayfish. It has two body division called cephalothorax and abdomen. Then insecta has three body divisions that comprises of head, the thorax, and the abdomen. The arachnida has two body division called prosoma and opistosoma. Then wings. There is presence of wings in the insecta. There is absence of wings in crustacean, that's a crayfish, and the arachnida, that is a spider. Now, how about eyes? Crustacean has a pair of stalk eyes. Insecta have a pair of compound eye. Then arachnida, which is spider, has 8 simple eyes. Antenna is present in crustacean. 2 pairs of antenna is present in crustacean. A pair of antenna is present in insecta, be it housefly, butterfly, or grasshopper. Then there is no antenna in arachnida, which is the spider. Walking legs in crustacean is 5 pairs of jointed legs. Walking legs in insecta, be it housefly, butterfly, and grasshopper, is 3 pairs of jointed legs. Arachnida has, that is spider, has 4 pairs of jointed legs. And then the respiratory organ of crustacean is gills. That of insect is trachea. That of spider or arachnida is long books. You may be asked to state the differences between organisms in the same class. Example, butterfly, grasshopper, housefly, honeybee are all in the same class. So you may be asked to state observable differences between these specimens. So you really have to look at the specimen closely and carefully to be able to state the observable differences. But now let's analyze the differences between specimen E, the butterfly, and specimen G, grasshopper. Looking at your diagram, you can see that the butterfly wing is membranous and soft. When you see a butterfly, you can touch it, you will see that it will easily break off. That makes it soft and membranous. So the wings of specimen E, the butterfly, is soft and membranous, while the wing of grasshopper is harder and less membranous. Now, another difference is that the surface of wings of butterfly is powdery. It also has scales or eye spots, as you can see. But the surface of wings in a grasshopper is not powdery. Yes, it's not powdery. And there is absence of scales or eye spots. Another difference is that wings of butterfly are pigmented or brightly colored. They are colorful. While the wings in grasshopper have uniform color. It could be green, brown, Yes, depending on the species of the grasshopper. Another difference is that hind limbs or legs in butterfly is smaller, is shorter, and is less muscular. But hind limb in grasshopper is larger, elongated, and more muscular. Another difference is that the butterfly, the abdomen is hairy, but the abdomen in grasshopper is not hairy, is not smooth. Another difference is that butterfly has proboscis used for feeding, while grasshopper has mandibles used also for feeding. Another difference is that butterfly has club, rounded, and knobbed antenna, but grasshopper does not have club, rounded, knobbed antenna. So this is how you are going to compare your specimen.